Hello, hello, hello. I have two rocks. This is the Papa Dog rock. Looks almost like a heart. For me, it is a heart. Papa and I found that together near the ocean. And this is beautiful cinnamon colored rock I found at the beach. Beautiful, looks a little bit like a whale shark. Beautiful colors. Very relaxing. And I'm drawing the 8 on the side. The infinity sign. The blue god protects all of us beings. Blue god protects all of us beings. Okay. And the only path that everyone has is the path into your own mind. Okay. You don't have any other choice at all. That's the only path. That we have is the path into your own mind. Okay. Away from other people. No more eliciting something from other people. I want to stick that somehow onto my skin, but it that doesn't stay. I put it in here, but then it will fall into my belly. Beautiful rocks. Okay, we have no other choice other than to go into our own minds, okay, and leave other people out. Leave other people in peace, okay? Don't want anything from someone else. Don't elicit anything. Don't play head games. Don't guilt trip anyone. Don't wish anyone harm. Don't use voodoo dolls. Okay. Just don't do it. Okay? Don't do this. Any of these act outs are making your life more miserable. That's the truth. Okay? So you have no other choice other than to go into your own mind. You have no other choice. It's the only choice you have. And once I realized that in my own life, and I've never been for retaliation in the first place, but I have elicited, I have run after people, I have desperately tried to get my mother to understand me, and that's all wasted energy. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of effort to do that. It really is. You can go by now. Because, as Dr. Arthur Janov said, you can't argue against an emotion. So if I was to continuously try to elicit this compassion and this understanding from my mother, where I'm coming from, how I'm feeling, then I'll be constantly running my head against a brick wall because she can't understand it. All that she hears, she sees it through her glasses of distortion from her own, she feels guilt tripped by me. No matter what I say, if I say I suffer, then she feels like that's because of her. Okay? So it always goes through that, through that perspective on her having done things wrong, and she can't settle down and say, "You're right." No, she can't do that. To say, "You are right. You're right. I have messed up. I have made you suffer. Yeah, that's my jealousy." She can't say that. No way. When she's completely cornered, she says, "Then Peter can marry Barbara and I can," and that's the last, when the deer kicks out in panic. But that's not insight or anything. If I'm such a bad mother, then go. Almost like go F yourself. Almost. Almost like that. So it's on that energetic vibration for sure. I'm such a bad, like she used to say, Rabenmutter. Oh, raven mother. But it's not an inside. It's like, you all call me that. It's not an inside. It doesn't come from her. It doesn't come from the inside. Yeah, I've been a raven mother. That's a really bad expression to say that. Ravens, they're good mothers. I don't see anything wrong with ravens. With the mother raven, they obviously sit on the eggs until they hatch, right? And they feed the babies, so I don't know how they come up with something like that. But it's interesting how she would accuse me of being a mother hen. That's like the opposite, So, and she looked down on it. Why? What's going on here? But then she feels accused of being the opposite of mother hen, being cold and neglectful and stuff like that. Then she feels guilt tripped with that. But she doesn't want to be. She doesn't want to be a mother hen. There's a resistance against it, and I don't know where that resistance is coming from. That's coming from some really deep-rooted, strange, for me, very alien. I can't wrap my head around it. Some very, very deeply rooted pain of some sort, and I don't know where that pain is coming from. So very difficult for me to understand. What I see is self-hate in her. Somehow she linked up mother hen with something that she despises. Being fat, she despises. Anything that has to do with circus, she despises. She despises Russian themes. Everything comes from something. Yes, coming from something. She obviously has some Eastern European bloodline in her, which I got from her, of course. Way out there in the tundra, the Russian tundra, Mongolia, Genghis Khan, Vladimir the Impaler. We have that going, for sure. There can be some collective pain that comes out of that. Who knows? Maybe gypsy, something like that. Some collective pain that can be inherited genetically, actually. I know that some emotional pain can be inherited. It can actually attach itself onto the DNA. It's that bizarre, all of that. And then also the soul journey, unfinished business, from one existence to the next. Collective pain. Group pain, where people perpetuate a specific belief system or belief of feeling victimized, and other people, they keep perpetuating. That's real negativity. When people keep you in that loop of feeling victimized, that's really the worst. Friedrich Nietzsche really saw that and declared that a complete counterproduction. He called it slave morality. People put themselves into that mind state of a slave. They enslave themselves to that perpetual loop, pain and belief. They are the slaves of their own emotional pain. Okay, so we can get out of that. We have to go into our own minds. Okay, it's very, very important to do that. Very important. That is the most important work that you can do, that I can do. Okay. Once I really understood that, there were mountains lifted out of my mind, out of my brain. Okay. Mountains. It was, I cannot even describe it, what kind of freedom that has given me. That doesn't mean I'm pain-free suddenly. No, I'm facing it all. No, I'm not going to blame it anymore on my mother. I'm not going to blame it anymore on anyone else. I can perpetuate that too and continue for the rest of my life blaming it on my mother. Yes, she's done a lot of things wrong, caused me a lot of suffering, but she didn't know better. Okay, and I want to see her as the living being that she is, without the baggage. I want to see her from the sky perspective and feel compassion for her. See her as the child of 5. Okay? The suffering she's been through, during World War II and the bomb alarm, and they had to hide in the basements. They had no food to eat. Everyone was skin and bones. That's a rough life. That's a rough childhood. Okay. So, yeah, we have to step out of our own perpetuate loop of feeling victimized and see the other person for who they are, where they're coming from, actually. what happened to them. Yes, they have hurt us, but they didn't know better. Even when they deliberately hurt someone, even if people deliberately hurt someone, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know better, obviously. They're in perpetual loop of retaliation, okay? Best thing I've ever done for myself is to let go of my mother. That's tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. I had in the past, the first thing was I moved to LA, far away from her, because I wanted to do primal therapy when I was 26. And then I went back for 2 years, which was a mistake, to follow up on my psychology studies at the university. That didn't go very well because of my mental illness. I went back to LA, and then I had endless conversations. First on the phone, we spent a lot of money on that, and then later on the internet, hour-long, like 3-4 hour long video chat conversations, Skype, and later Hangout. Endless loop struggle that continued and continued. See me, that's the feeling. Mommy, see me, how I'm suffering. My mother, she was really the number one target of trying to elicit something from someone else in my life. Okay? It could be someone else in your life or in other people's lives. So often people do this grinding struggle with boyfriends or girlfriends. So that didn't go that well either for me in my relationships. There was struggle going on too, but not in any way comparable to the struggle with my mother. This is amazing. It was so bad sometimes my mother would have to lie down after talking to me, and then my dad would come on the computer and say, "You have to leave your mother alone now." And I feel so sorry, looking back on this, how I perpetuated that endless loop and struggle. See me, but she can't. Okay, she can't see it because she's constantly defending herself, and that's not going anywhere. Something like this. Or a lot of people, they retaliate. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't go anywhere. That just causes more suffering in the world, more pain. Because the other person has feelings too. The other person, they're coming from their own pain and their past and their struggle and their needs and so on. Or unfulfilled needs that they're trying to fulfill in their lives, okay? So people accusing each other of cheating all the time, like, my gosh, the human ape cheats, okay? It hurts, yes, but do an open don't spy on people's computer systems. Don't look into people's Chromebook file and see their nudes in there. Who did she make those nudes for? There was a guy, he actually tried to get my passcode for Facebook. He actually thought that I would be that dim-witted to fall for that. Wow, amazing. Then I didn't want to give it. And then he said, "Ha, no wonder why your husband doesn't like you." Oh, man. Whoa. Like, that was, I don't know who that was, but that was one of my haters, was a fake photo. He thought he could actually trick me out of the passcode of Facebook. I actually don't even remember the passcode. I'm glad I don't. So, but even if I did remember, why would I give that to that guy? He thought he could actually, he thought I was greedy enough to, he said, "I need to give somebody $500. Right, yes. Like there's one person in the world that would actually be feverishly looking for someone to give someone $500 right now. Yeah, that makes no sense at all. Okay. The kind of stuff that I see on the internet, man, that's amazing. That's truly amazing. The kind of people that try to get stuff, and then they want to see who I'm talking to. Then once he has my passcode, he would interfere with my boyfriends, and he would go over there and he would pretend to be me, and he would say nasty things to them in private chat to chase them all away. And who knows what they're already doing, Boy, it's kind of scary, actually. I mean, for me to find the right man would have to have nerves of steel. And first of all, because I'm very, very, very different with my political views. And at borderline, I'm very vulnerable, I feel abandoned very easily. And then also I have a whole group of haters who try to sabotage my life. And they will tell lies about me to people. This is happening all the time. They do this particularly behind my back. They block me, or I had blocked them, and then they talk shit about me behind my back, slandering me with all kinds of BS that's not true. People impostoring me, clones that try to make me look bad to the world. Yeah, and then if they had my Facebook passcode, my gosh, how they would chase every guy away. Who knows what happened with Austin, maybe someone went over there and said some real nasty stuff about me to him and chased him away. If I meet someone, they like me, they have to understand that if something bothers them, or if someone tells shit about me, please come to me and talk to me about this. Okay? Don't be indignated and offended and stomp out. No, you come to me and talk to me about this. Okay? Whatever comes up, whether someone talks shit about me, or or you saw something offended you that I said in my videos, come to me and talk to me about it. You can talk to me about it, okay? You don't have to play this game of pride and I don't know, whatever the ego tells you. So the ego is offended and then puts his nose up and says, no, I'm not going to talk to her anymore. No, that's not the right approach. Okay. And before that, like, love, that's not love. Okay. Like being proud and walking away, that's not love. Dumping someone just like that because that person said something that triggered your ego, no, that's not love. Okay. Love is if you go over to the person and you say, this and this happened, you said this in the video that offended me. Don't bring the pride into it, okay? Don't bring shame into it. There's no shame about it, okay? And you shouldn't be listening to the ego with the pride. Okay? You talk to me about it, and we can talk this through. Okay? I'm not gonna laugh about you. I'm not gonna mock you. I'm not gonna look down on you. I'm not gonna judge you for your emotions. Because I understand emotions, and if you can bring that to me, then I have even more trust and respect for you. Okay, if we can talk about this in depth, if you can share, if you have the courage to share this vulnerability with me, this and that hurt me, and I know it's my own thing, or it's my past, or it's my jealousy, or whatever. We can talk about this. I have jealousy too. I understand 100%. Talk to people. Talk to your girlfriends about the stuff that bothers you. It's harder, much harder for men to do it, because they have this pride going. This pride is standing in the way of intimacy and real friendship. It's very unfortunate. This can all be fixed, This can all be healed. We can heal this. It's nice and warm tonight. I like it. Really enjoy that. Balcony doors open. The air comes in from outside. I love it. We did some gardening work today. I did artwork. I introspected. And my conclusion is very clear. I cannot elicit anything from someone else. I can offer friendship and love. Okay, here I am. Talk to me, Austin. Talk to me. I'm here. We can talk about this. I don't judge you, ever. Okay, we can talk about this. If you want to. If you don't want to, it's okay. I let you go. These things, the reason why I keep talking about this is I'm doing this for myself. Okay? That's my therapy. These relationship problems and all of these, the misunderstandings and all of that, this is shared by billions of other people. Okay? So, you're not judged. We can't judge each other on that. We all have that. Okay? We help each other if we share these things, these personal things, vulnerable things. The more you talk about your vulnerable stuff in public, the more you help people. Okay? That's a fact. Okay? That's therapy. That's the inwardness meditation process. Okay? Very important to understand that. I cannot elicit anything from someone else. Whatever someone else gives me, that is their choice. Okay? I cannot elicit. I cannot blackmail or extort or guilt trip or whatever. No. What I'm feeling, I have to deal with this here in my own room on the couch. Okay? I deal with that. I deal with that upstairs when I'm painting. The tears are streaming most of the time when I paint. That's the inwardness process. I'm not taking this out on other people. I'm not eliciting anything. I'm not guilt tripping anyone. Going on the suicide hotline group, that's not guilt tripping anyone. That's also not. Some people are a little bit into the direction of trying to get attention that way, but they need attention. Okay, they do, and I give them attention. For me, it's out of despair, to get someone to hear me, to see. Not in terms of I want to force you to see me or something, but in terms of just writing this there, sharing with someone else, is already a relief, okay, when we're suffering really badly. So it's good to do that. I don't recommend suicide hotline phone numbers. I've had bad experiences with those. There were people that were mocking me. Can you believe that? Real ice cold people. People with a lot of baggage that should not be doing this work. Okay. But the suicide prevention group on Facebook is good. Okay. They have very strict rules there. Okay. No mocking, no eliciting, no, not using that for getting a date or something. That's about sharing how you feel with other people. Everyone shares, okay, and everyone's there for the other person. That's really, really wonderful. That's very necessary. We need that desperately. Maybe I'll create my own Facebook group. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. A therapy help center. Facebook group. That would be good. And I'll encourage people to go on Clicky and paint their emotions, their emotional pain. Paint that out in that paint program. And then download your artwork and post it in the group. That's what I'm going to do when we come back in a couple of days. Okay. So I feel very lonely here. But it's good for me to make these videos. Okay. That helps me a lot. And also every time I have a thought that I find very, very important to share with the public. My own healing journey, this revelation of inwardness, such freedom, freedom, empowerment. Freedom is empowerment. Mental freedom is total empowerment. Okay. No more enslavement, mental enslavement towards someone else. You're not enslaved to your boyfriends or girlfriends. Okay. Take that journey into your own minds. Stop retaliating at someone you're jealous of, or someone who your boyfriend cheated with. Don't retaliate. Don't wish them something bad. They have their own pain, they have their own suffering, their own story. You take that into your own mind. Okay, you can talk to me anytime, If you're a girl in despair over your boyfriend, talk to me. Okay, I'm here. Because I know I've been through this 1,000 times. Okay. Or if you're a boy or man or girl or woman or horse, you can talk to me, I'm here. I understand. And share things with other people. Make videos if you can. This is extremely liberating to make videos. It's not easy. It wasn't easy for me to make videos in the beginning. But you get used to it. As you get used to all kinds of things that seem difficult in the beginning. Okay? That's very liberating to do this. There's nobody there to judge you. Okay, they all have their own issues. If people judge, that's because of their own issues. They try to deflect away from their own issues by focusing on someone else's problems. That's not inwardness, what they're doing. That's very unfortunate. That keeps them in the perpetuated loop of pain. Okay. Like laughing about other people, bullying other people, mocking, retaliating. That keeps them in that suffering loop in their own minds. So it's very sad. My recommendation is take that journey into your own mind and free yourself from this bondage from this enslavement to other people and what they think of you, or boyfriends, girlfriends, or parents, or whoever, okay? Free yourself. Or your work partners, or business partners, or boss, or employee, or employer, or whatever people, whoever they are, okay? Free yourself from those hard feelings and sit down with those feelings. Don't want anything from them anymore. They have their own story. They have their own pain. Right? I know I've been through this so many times. Okay? So many times where I felt badly treated. And I was. But that's the thing, I sit here and I feel it. I feel it. Yeah. Instead of going over there and causing them problems or something. Which I've wanted to do, I wanted to. There were people I felt like I want to go over there and hit him. I know that's not gonna end very well, okay, for my own life, but also for their life. And they're in pain already. That's why they're assholes in the first place. I take that into my own mind, and I sit with it, and I can talk to myself, and I can say, Nicola, you are precious. You are lovely, and you're deserving of love. Try that out. That is powerful. Try that out. Say to yourself, I am lovely, and I'm deserving of love. I am deserving of kindness and respect. I'm deserving of people understanding me, They can't because of their pain and all of that, right? But I am deserving of it. Say that to yourself. That's powerful. The tears will come, and that's healing. That's very, very healing and very good. Okay, you can take notes. Write those things down. Write those thoughts down into a notebook. I have a notebook here. I write things down. It's very helpful. Also in the van I have a notebook. So wherever we go, I have a marker and a notebook. And when stuff comes up, I pull that out of the door and I write it down. Any kind of thoughts, any kind of idea or thought or emotion or association that I was thinking about and trying to figure out solutions, any kind of idea for a solution for the world, for myself, I write down. That's very good to do. Take this into my own mind, okay, and I leave the other people alone. That's the only path we have, okay. And I say, I am precious, I am valuable, and I'm deserving of love and respect. Okay. And that's a fact, that's a truth, okay. That is the universal truth. And that's the path, okay. And there's no other path. Okay, you guys take